you start the takeoff roll with a stick full forward because the center of gravity is quite far off on takeoff, and the acceleration, initial acceleration, will actually lift the nose on the airplane, which is a quite unusual sensation. So you start the takeoff with a stick well forward, keep the nose down and keep the angle of attack down to a minimum, and then you get a more positive rotation when you want to take the airplane off. Once it's airborne at 115 knots, you arm the undercarriage, safety catch away, and you get the gear up. And passing through 150 knots, you take up 20 degrees of flap, which you always use for takeoff. The airplane then wants to settle. It's a bit tail heavy, even with the takeoff trim set where it should be. And then as it accelerates, you get more and more feel for the airplane. The trim actually comes more and more into range as the speed increases. Usually the airplane would pitch up more and more as speed increases, but it doesn't do so in this MiG, which is also a bit of an unusual trait. And off you go. Best climb speed is 340 knots, which is quite quick. Rate of climb, the way we operate it, is usually around 5,500 feet per minute, which is a quite high rate. But obviously we never take it up to the maximum limits of what the airplane can handle, because we're usually at an air display somewhere, or we throttle it back for cruising to get range out of it. The airplane has manual flight controls with push rods. The ailerons also have a hydraulic boost setup, which takes a lot of the load off the ailerons. The airplane has a decent roll rate, but when you get drop tanks on it, they actually cushion out the roll rate quite noticeably. And although the ailerons are very sensitive and you have very positive response on ailerons at all time, you get quite a noticeable cushioning effect on the roll rate when you go full deflection.